Hey guys, what's going on? It's Big Pasta 92 here, and we are back today with another updated Slave Pens boosting guide. This one including a new safe spot technique that you can do on pretty much any level with a really high level of success. It's not the fastest way to get this done as far as XP per hour, but it is definitely the safest way to do this if you're having troubles with some of the other faster techniques. You can definitely do this really big one-pull method. As long as you get some patience, some potions, and some mana gems, you're going to be able to get this done with just mage armor and the right spec. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start off by just doing the regular pull here. I'll go over it one more time, and this is a little bit different from my first video. What I found is easier on a 63 is just hugging this right wall around these first slave masters, and as long as they're not in this spot that he's in right now, they won't aggro you at level 63 or higher, so you can always just Nova to get away from them, as it always is when you're on a lower level character. You aggro more things, it is more difficult. This technique is much easier if you're on something with a max level blizzard, level 68 plus, but you can do it at a lower level. It's totally up to you. There's also an extra pack right up here to the right of the skull mob that you can pull if that patrol's in the right spot. Obviously it's not, so right here I just go past it, but you can pull that extra pack of bogs right there if the pat's in the right spot with just a counter spell or a rank 1 blizzard with relative ease. At the bog strokes, you blink past them here, turn, rank 1 cone of cold, then continue under the pipes and hit this other bog pack with a counter spell. So then you're making sure your shields are up, rank 1 Nova, make sure you turn so he doesn't daze you from behind if you brace your shield, blink forward, and start your slows. So now what we're doing is we're grouping them up, and this is still the same as my last video. Just make sure that you're grouping them up nice and tight for the next part, and you keep an eye on the technician patrols that are in front of you at this point, and they're about to go right across the end of that hallway. So placing your blizzard, starting right in front of the closest mob to you, and always targeting the closest mob to you to see that slow timer, and that's Omni CC for the add-on. If you don't have that slow timer, Omni CC is the add-on. Make sure to get it. Just right in front of the mobs, stacking them into a neat little pack, all the while watching these technicians, making sure that they're not going to pull. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep going towards the wall. And this is the first part of the safe spot technique that is going to be a little bit different than most of the videos you watch, but I find that this is very easy, and as long as you can time it out with the technicians right there, you're going to have a lot of success. You just continue to pull all the mobs that you pull from the usual first pull, right there, neat, packed up, bring them all the way over to the edge, and make sure Manu is headed up the bridge there. So right about there, that's your sweet spot to start the rest of this pull and pull some of the technician packs. Ever so carefully, keeping this mob very bunched up with rank 1 blizzards, and then getting ready to pull this pack right here. So the next thing I do here is blink. You don't really have to. You can walk right up to the mobs and Nova. This is my first attempt at this, so I do a couple things wrong. I save the Nova here, and then here's the safe spot. Super easy, no tricks, jump. That simple. Sometimes they bug and they still run towards you, they don't run away. All you have to do is walk up on the little ledge to your right there. If you're looking straight at the wall, the ledge to the right in the hallway, just walk like 2-3 steps inwards on the ledge at the same time into that hallway, and they'll usually reset. So then what you're going to want to do is the closest mob to you running along this far wall, you're going to want to mark it with the skull. And you're going to let the skull get pretty close to you. I mean, relatively close. If it's a technician, you don't want to let it get too close because then it can cast. So you want to jump down and make sure you're still LOSing it, because if it casts, then it's going to stay there. It's going to ruin your stack. It's no good. So the very next thing that you're going to want to do here is just wait. Wait for these to come almost all the way back, and you're not going to want to pull another mob until they're pretty much on the floor. And what that's going to do is make sure that your pack stays nice. So rank 1 blizzard, the ones behind, they'll social grab the pack between you and them, and then you jump right back up as soon as that social grabs, and they're pretty spread out, but it's not that bad, right? So you're going to be able to work with that. There's still one more pack behind you, and that one gets a little bit more difficult. Make sure to keep your eye on the boss, although as far as I know, he will not social from any of these mobs. They can be running under the bridge and basically touch his feet, and he doesn't pull. As always, if you get too close to him, he can pull, so definitely avoid that. But I haven't seen any issues as far as it pertains to the actual mobs yet, so I'll keep you updated if that changes. Same strategy again. The mobs right behind you are what you're going for next time. I didn't know at this point. Once again, it was my first run. I didn't know if the boss was going to pull, so I was just treating it as if he's going to aggro, right? Better safe than sorry. But then he's on his way up. I feel a little bit safer. I wait for the mobs to be on the ground, and I turn around and I pull the next pack right here. Rank 1 blizzard, Ice Lance, anything. The only thing you shouldn't do is what I just did is in Counterspell, and that's because if one of the technicians does decide to cast, you want to be able to interrupt that. But right here, they're going to beeline right for you, so you need Ice Block to avoid those hits, right? If you pull something from that side of the room, the wall that you're sitting on, basically just straight across to the opposite wall, if they're on that side of it, they're going to run right for you before they center out. So the next part is just building your stack, right? It's really, really easy. And the technician up there did start casting. If that happens, just counterspell him. He'll fall back into line. This is your new start. So it's very, very simple. Rank 1. And there's a couple weak auras you're going to need for this because these mobs do cast Cripple. So you can get the weak aura for that. Also, with the initial first mobs, you can add mobs on top of this pull. You can pull the Enchantress packs, you can pull Slave Handlers, you can pull as many mobs as you want, really, and just use this safe spot and kite them all right here. You can also go as far back as the last boss and pull all the bogs and, you know, the mobs by Naturalist Bite or whatever that druid in the cage's name is. There's really no limit to how much you can do with this safe spot grind. You can get up to 90 kills, but this right here is probably only like 42. I didn't get an exact count, but the point is, this safe spot grind is going to alleviate a lot of your concerns. If you're just kiting the mobs back and forth and you're getting resisted, the kill times can be faster and the XP per hour can be better, just because this grind is so heavily impacted by the AoE cap just spreading. If you've got really good gear, really good MP5, good trinkets, you're slamming your cooldowns, you can probably get it done really fast. But if you have low gear, it's not going to be that easy. This is my first try, for instance, and it took me like 20 minutes. But that's basically the whole thing. I mean, the rest of the fight, you're just kiting them back and forth, jumping up and down as you can. Make sure you use your Icy Veins. Make sure you use your Flame Strikes accordingly. I have a Palm Flame Strike spec for this, so I'm using the instant cast Flame Strike as often as I possibly can. And that's really it. Just rinse and repeat until you got it done. I usually don't like to let them get closer than the bridge, right? I don't like them to pass the bridge. So whenever they look like they're about to get there, I blink back, I'm back on top of the wall, and you just keep going until you kill them. Another thing, if you have boosties and they're sitting at the front door, you want to make sure all the kills happen on the side of the bridge with the safe spot. You don't want to be killing them along this wall. Sometimes it happens, or what you can do is you can pull them back out into the hallway and keep pulling them back out towards the steam vaults in the end of the hallway and kill them all out there. You'll get full XP if you're sitting at the door. You just don't want to kill them on the opposite side of the ramp of the boss. That's pretty much the only thing you want to avoid. So let's skip forward a little bit here. Yeah, just more kill phase. Yeah, like I told you, this took me a super long time. I'm just trying to fast forward to where I actually get the kills and show you where I show the gear. Super long video. Super long video. Okay, so we're at the kill phase. They start moving super slow, very manageable. You can get in a lot more damage once they're low. You can just use all your cooldowns accordingly. That's the weak aura we're talking about, of course, the cripple weak aura. And there isn't much more to it, guys. You get a lot of XP. This is a duo boost, a 61 rogue and a 63 mage. We'll try and get the XP for you right here. And this is just the gear I used on this mage. It's literally just all greens. There's nothing else except a green item. Or green items and like a couple BRD items. Really low gear. Really cheap consumes. Like, I think I spent 50 gold on potions, mana oil, well-fed food. And you make that back just by running it. It's not even close. But thank you guys for watching. That's all we have today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also, make sure to check me out on Twitch. We'll see you next time.